Hey, boys and girls, I am here with our last mathematician biography of the week. We're going to wrap up this unit of study, and next week we'll hop right into doing some math ourselves. So that's exciting. Today I want to share with you. So you'll remember on Tuesday we read this book by Julia Finley Mosca, The Girl with a Mind for Math. Today I have another book by the same author. It's called The Girl Who Thought in Pictures, the story of Dr. Temple Grandin. If you liked Tuesday's book and you like this book, she has two other books about famous women in math and science, so you might try to check those out. All right, The Girl Who Thought in Pictures. If you've ever felt different, if you've ever been low, if you don't quite fit in, there's a name you should know. Temple Grandin, that name. In her tale, you'll find glory. So get ready, get set for this cowgirl's true story. Have you guys ever felt that way? Maybe you can relate to our character today. In the city of Boston, one hot summer day, a sweet baby was born. It was Temple. Hooray! Unique from the start, an unusual girl, she loved spinning in circles and watching things twirl. But some things she hated, like certain loud sounds or bright crowded places, large cities and towns. Frilly dresses with tags made her itch, pull, and tug. Something else that she hated? A big squeezy hug. A shy loner, this Temple. That means she doesn't really like to hang out with other people. She's kind of by herself. When her feelings of a shy loner, this Temple, but when she got mad, when her feelings of stress and frustration got mad, quite a tantrum she'd throw, kick, holler, bang, shriek. Yet still by age 3, not one word did she speak. We talked about that yesterday with Albert Einstein, didn't we? That's kind of unusual not to talk at that age. She'll never be normal, was what some did say. Her brain's not quite right. You must send her away. Away? Not my Temple, her mother proclaimed. We will figure this out. You should all be ashamed. Then, little by little, though sometimes she balked, special teachers helped Temple, and one day she talked. And that thing with her brain, it was autism, see? She was different, not less, they all finally agreed. Like most kids her age, she loved ice cream and art, but the way Temple thought, that's what set her apart. So autism is something that some people are born with, and it kind of affects the way that they think. But just because they think differently doesn't mean that it's less important, right? Or that it's less valid. If something was mentioned, for instance, a fly, in her mind, she'd see dozens of photos buzz by. But when she hears a word, she sees it in pictures. When the time came for school, let's just say that was hard. Kids taunted and chased her all over the yard. They picked on poor Temple, how crazy it drove her. They teased her for saying things over and over and over and over and over. It's not very nice, is it, to make fun of someone just because they're different? Until finally she snapped. Yes, she did. Lost her cool. Threw a book at a kid and was kicked out of school. No one really got Temple, but well, then again, the truth of it was Temple didn't get them. You need time away, said her mom. That's what's best. You'll go visit your aunt on a ranch way out west. And guess what? Fitting in on a farm was less stress, since the pigs didn't care if her hair was a mess. Quite a sweet spot she had for the cows in their herds, such big, gentle beasts who knew nothing of words. As she watched her new friends, a thought popped in her head. These cows think like me, in pictures instead. Oh, here she is, thinking in pictures. At a new school that fall, Temple found more support and a teacher who taught her, "You'll never fall short. When you find what you're good at, like science, you'll soar." And that teacher was right. He had opened a door. I wonder what kind of things you guys are good at. I'm really excited to find out. So she built a machine like she'd seen on some farms, an invention that hugged her with boards and not arms. It worked. She had done it from memory. It's true. And just like the cows, it made Temple calm too. So she built a contraption to help herself feel more calm. "I'm special," she thought, "like a bright shooting star. My attention to details could help me go far." Through her studies, she learned there were farms not so kind. "I will help them," she said. Some solutions she'd find. I bet you've heard a lot of verbs, but I'm going to add up here, find solutions. So mathematicians look for ways to solve problems. And then something cool. Can you guess? Could it be? Off to college she went. A degree? She earned 3. And though ladies weren't experts on farms at that time, do you think that stopped Temple? No way. She did fine. She stepped through that door and went forward. No tears. She took on the world, but at times she had fears. Because some things were scary, like people she'd met who'd ignore her ideas and, well, wouldn't be sweet. But she never gave up, learned her stuff through and through, like why cattle will circle and what makes them move. So she's studying cows, right? To build better farms was her goal. She would do it. Be kind to our creatures. They have feelings. She knew it. Look at her designing. And slowly but surely, she changed many minds until farm after farm built her awesome designs. Word spread about Temple, her feet's not so small. Temple Grandin, she's grand. She's the grandest of all. Okay, that's an important one. Sometimes mathematicians and scientists change people's minds. We heard that with Albert Einstein. He had some ideas that a lot of people thought were crazy, but now they're ideas that we know are true and we accept them. Now, for these things and more, she won honors and prizes, and a movie was made. But the biggest surprise is that girl with the future that couldn't be bleaker. Yes, the once silent girl, she is now a big speaker. Today, she spreads hope with her stories and speeches. From New York to Sydney to Rome, Temple teaches. Each person is special, so unique are our minds. This world needs your idea. It takes brains of all kinds. The last thing I heard in there that I've heard now 3 times, mathematicians teach. Because you don't have to be a teacher to teach, right? You can travel and do speeches. You can just share your thoughts with other people, and that's teaching. And here we go. So here is the lesson. Feeling odd or offbeat? Being different might just be what makes you so neat. Don't let doubt hold you back, not for 1 minute more. Stand tall, and like Temple, march right through that door. Here is Temple. She's written us a letter. It says, "Dear reader, as a child, I was really glad that my mother always encouraged my ability in art. I encourage you to find something you are good at and work on developing it. If you are interested in becoming a scientist like me, find cool new ways to look at things, such as microscopes and telescopes. Explore nature. Think up your own hands-on science experiments. Keep learning, especially from your mistakes. Temple Grandin. And there she is with her cows. I also love these books. I'm not going to read them all, but it will have fun facts and tidbits. So the author of these books has actually talked to these women scientists and mathematicians, and she shares some of their interviews. And then it also has a timeline where you can see here she is as a baby. This is when she went to her aunt's ranch. And it traces it all the way up to here where she continues to write and speak and conduct research and teach. So, today we read yet another story about someone, sorry, that's my chair. I'm going to take a seat. About someone who was different, but who went on to do amazing things. So, just because you feel different or you feel on the outside doesn't mean you can't go on to do fantastic things, right? We probably all feel a little bit different or a little bit special sometimes, don't we? All right, I hope you have enjoyed learning about these famous mathematicians this week. I'm not going to ask you to write down verbs today. I just want you to be thinking on it. Next week, we take on multiplication and division. And I hope, if anything, what you've learned this week is that it's important to have grit. That means that if it's tough, you persevere. I want you to know that since we were out of school for so long, I know that there are some things you may not remember, some things that may be difficult for you. So when I say we're doing multiplication and division next week, I don't want you to be scared. I don't want you to be worried. I want you to be ready to have some grit, okay? So even when it gets tough, we're going to keep going because you're going to be able to do this and you're going to be awesome at it. All right, I will see you for science this afternoon. Don't forget, we have a field trip at 1 o'clock. I will see you there. I can't wait. It's a big surprise. We're going to have so much fun. Have a great afternoon and a wonderful weekend.